So this is an example where you can, we will be using the ratios to help us. Okay, so what are the steps when we want to use the trigo ratios to help us? So first of all, you should locate the angle first, because the angles will determine your O and A. And of course, you can also check out your 90 degree. So you must have all the three items first. So make sure you have all the three items. So for example, this is my H. So this is my angle. So this is my O, and then this is my A. So once you get your OAH, then you may be thinking, so which formula should you use? So which formula should you use? So before we go to the formula, let's write out the abbreviation first. After you got your OAH, one of them will be useless. So what do we mean by one of them useless? Okay. There will be one of them without values or without algebra. So this is the one. Can you see adjacent is the one with no values, no algebra? So after this, you cross it out. You got to decide the formula. So you got to decide which of the O, A, H are useless, because that will decide you the formula. So in this case, A is useless, you got the O and H. So that tells us that I should be using the ratio of sine angle. So I'm going to write the formula first, like Pythagoras theorem. So we decide the formula, we write the formula. Then after that, we insert one by one. We insert the values that we gotten. It could be values or it could be algebra. Okay, so write out the formula, insert the values. And do you still remember just now when during example 1, when you try punching calculator, actually 36 is a very ugly number. Am I right? So sine 36 is a very ugly number. So we're going to set up our cross multiplication. So set up your cross multiplication and you punch calculator. Okay, really try punching. And like I say, you are not going to get very nice number, because you will be getting like chain of decimal. So allow yourself to give your answer in 3SF. Okay, so that's how we use the ratio to find length. And most of the time, your length wouldn't be so nice. Okay, I think there is a typo in the last part. Later on, we'll be checking the last part. Okay, let's go to the second part. We're going to repeat the same steps. We're going to repeat exactly the same steps. Look for your 90 degree. Look for your angle. Look for, because the angle will tell you your O and A. So after you got your OAH, now again, you got to decide who is useless. The one with no algebra and the one with no numbers, that will be useless. So you are left with A and H. So A and H, you come to the formula cosine. So it will be a cosine ratio. So I'll be using the cosine ratio. So again, insert in the values. Insert in the A. Insert in the H. And most of the time, you need to set up your cross multiplication. As you set up, try to remember cosine 52 is going to be an ugly decimal. So some of you might feel that you prefer to punch it out. So if you are the one who prefer to punch out, okay, just don't be lazy. You got to write quite a number of decimal. So you got to punch calculator on this one. So it's going to get you like quite a lot of decimal as you cross multiply, but that's fine. You are still on the right track. And then you divide over. So you will have the chain of values that will give you a bit of insecurity. So this topic, you don't usually got very nice answer because of the ratio. Okay, so now we're going to repeat the whole step again. So get your 90 degree. Get your angle. The angle will decide who is the O, who is the opposite, and then who is the length, adjacent. So decide the 90 degree to tell you the H. Decide the angle. The angle will tell you the O and A. After that, okay, we're going to find out who is useless. So H is useless. No algebra, no length. So I'm left with O and A. So O and A. O and A. So that's the tangent formula. So write out the tangent formula. Insert the value. Insert the opposite. Insert the adjacent. So bear in mind, tangent 52 is not a nice number. So set up for your cross multiplication. And then you punch your calculator. So that is a 3SF answer. So you need to get used to the procedure. Get your 90 degree, find your H, get your angle to decide your O and A. And in order to know which formula is the one that is meant for it, you got to decide which of it are useless. So as you can see, right, the one that is useless, I will cross it out. Whatever I'm left with will be whatever I need for the formula. So that will be how will you use the ratio to find length. You got to get used to the procedure. I have not. In another example, we will be using the ratio to find angle. So right now we are focusing on finding length. So very much like Pythagoras theorem also find length. Trigo ratio also can find length.